With that down, let's move on to this, shall we? What was easily amongst my most anticipated movies of October, hell, one of my most anticipated movies of the year, Joker 2, Joker Folie Deux, opened to a special fan screening last night. There was a bunch of them across the country. A whole bunch of us got to go see it. I'm sure many of you at home got to go see it. I got to go see it last night with my wife, Ann. Now, just for some context, I absolutely passionately love the first Joker movie. I understand that's not a movie that's for everybody. That was reflected in both the critic and the audience ratings. The first one was for everybody. And I said, Joker 2 is not going to make nearly as much money because, again, the first one wasn't for everybody. Some people will avoid the second one. But for me, I loved that movie. Joker 2 was a movie that was smart. It was layered. It had something to say. Almost every moment of that movie to me was layered with allegory, was layered in commentary, was layered in observation, was layered in thoughts on the human experience. It was ultimately what I said in my Out of the Theater review. The first Joker movie was basically about a broken man in a broken world that doesn't know how to deal with that broken man and how that broken man deals with that broken world. And it made so much social commentary, and it made and on top of it, just gave us rich characters with an incredibly engaging story. And I loved that movie. Hence my excitement for Joker 2. Everything that was good about Joker 1 is completely absent for Joker 2. This is a terrible movie. It's not a disappointment. It's terrible. This is a movie that, number one, had nothing to say. Like, I kept waiting for this movie to say something. Like the first Joker did all throughout it, part of its brilliance. That movie ended, Joker 2 ends, and my first thought is, this movie literally, there was no point. The movie is utterly pointless. There's no point to this movie at all. It had nothing to say. There was no observation. There was no commentary. It ultimately, and I want to be careful because I don't want to give away any spoilers, because I know there's a lot of you who still want to run out and see it, and hopefully a lot of you like it. You know, I still want people to like movies even if I don't like them. So I'm going to try to make sure I don't give anything away here, but ultimately the movie is just, okay, Arthur, where we left him off at the end of that movie, after we understand his psychosis, after we understand everything he's gone through, after we understand what he did, the movie's just him. Okay, now we pick that up and he's in jail now, and he's got to have a trial. That's the movie. And I got excited when I heard that they were going to do the bold thing of trying to introduce musical elements into the movie. I thought, that's crazy. That's different. And I applaud people taking big swings. I do. I think we should encourage our filmmakers to take big swings. And so Todd Phillips decided, and I really like Todd Phillips, by the way. Doesn't have a great track record with sequels. Hangover 2. Anyway, but I really appreciate that he was going to try to take a big swing with it. Why not? But here's the problem, and I mentioned this in my Out of Theater review as well. When you look at good musicals, let's say The Greatest Showman, when a song comes into the movie, the songs tell the story. Like, if you try to go in to watch The Greatest Showman but take the musical numbers out, you're not going to understand the movie. Because the songs, the musical elements, tell the story. Not Joker 2. Mm-hmm. The musical numbers pointlessly just interrupt the story. Like, there was not a single musical number in this movie that needed to be there. Every time a musical number started, it was, okay, we're telling the story. Now, everybody wait, just hold up, like a crossing guard when you're trying to cross the street, just hold up a second, just wait there. We're going to stop the flow of the story so we can do this musical number that doesn't add anything to the movie. All the musical numbers were pointless. They didn't have to, like I said, in Greatest Showman, you take all the musical numbers out, you won't understand that movie at all because the musical numbers tell the story. In Joker 2, you take all the musical numbers out, you probably have a better film. You certainly don't miss anything. There's nothing important revealed. No heart of the characters shown in the musical numbers that aren't already shown through the dialogue. It's just gone. And one of the things that I really love in characters in movies is when they evolve in the movies. It's important to me that a character, when you get to the end of the movie, is a different person in one way or another than what they were at the beginning of the film, right? They go through their own journey and characters go through their own transformations, being affected by the journey. Arthur Fleck was the same guy at the end of the film that he was at the beginning. We didn't learn anything more about him. They didn't expand on the brilliant social commentary that we got from the first film. And when I walked out, I went, yeah, this is why they never wanted to do a sequel. This was clearly, I mean, look, we all knew the only reason they made Joker 2 is because the first Joker made $1 billion. And we all know by now that they never intended to do a sequel to Joker. But hey, it made $1 billion. We got to do another one. That's what this movie feels like. It didn't start from a position of we have something to say like the first Joker movie did. It started with, first movie made $1 billion and won Joaquin Phoenix an Academy Award. We better do another one. And I adore Lady Gaga. Pointless.
Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga! Pointless in this movie. And by the way, and I won't give it away.
Give it away, John. Give it away.
I want to so badly.
Now.
All I see is now Flea with his bass. I won't give it away, but they do something at the end of this movie that they thought was so cute and clever and was just stupid.
Ooh.
Like so stupid that it actually undermines part of my enjoyment of Joker 1 as well. Again, I won't say what it is. You'll guys watch it. You'll see what I mean. But again, yeah, this was a movie. It had a start, had a middle, and had an end. And I wish I wasn't there for any of it.
Oh.
It is truly an awful film. Madam Web bad? No. Borderlands bad? No. You still had one of the most gifted performers on the earth right now in Joaquin Phoenix who acted his ass off and
Napoleon bad?
Yes.
On par? And
Yeah,
that's
I'll say Napoleon bad.
those are Phoenix led too.
Yeah. I'll say I might even have preferred Napoleon over this movie. Yeah. It's just, it was so utterly again, just to run down the list again, no character development, nothing to say, no point to the whole thing. The music just interrupted the story instead of telling the story. And I didn't feel like we walked out with anything after the movie was done, other than something they tried to do at the end that actually undermined my enjoyment of the previous movies. It's a bad film.
Oh.
And the beautiful thing about film is the subjectivity of it. So I often have movies that I don't like that I see that other people liked. I go, yeah, okay, I get why you liked it. It wasn't for me. Or movies that I loved and other people did. And I go, yeah, I get why you didn't like it. This is one of those examples where it's like, I hated this movie and I don't understand how anybody else didn't hate it. I mean, it's subjectivity of film. I hope other people like it. I want people to like movies, even if they're movies I don't like. But this is one where off the top of my head, I don't understand how other people liked it. And listen, to be fair, the movie's got like the majority of critics like the film, not a big majority, but like, I think it's got like a 62%. So that's pretty okay. But I don't understand what they saw because I thought this was a dreadful, dreadful movie. Yeah. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, The Perfect Jean. Okay, so I've got to tell you about The Perfect Jean. These jeans are seriously a game changer. You know that feeling you get when you find a pair of jeans that fit so well that you almost forget that you're wearing them? That's what happened when I tried these. I'm not kidding. They're as comfortable as your favorite sweatpants, and they can slide on like them too, but they still look amazing. Look, as guys, we've all suffered through stiff, uncomfortable jeans, but The Perfect Jean is all about recusing, well, your gentlemanly area. These jeans are soft, stretchy, and they fit like they were custom made just for you. Because they've got an insane range of sizes, whether you're a skinny jeans kind of guy or rocking the bigger look. And they didn't just stop with jeans, they've got the perfect tee as well, with just the right amount of stretch to hide that beer belly, but still make you look great. It's finally time to stop crushing your balls in uncomfortable jeans by going to theperfectjean.nyc. Our listeners get 15% off your first order, plus free shipping, free returns, and free exchanges when you use the code Campea15 at checkout. That's 15% off for new customers at theperfectgene.nyc with the promo code Campea15. After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show by telling them that we sent you. F your khakis and get the perfect gene.
Is there any, acting wise, is there any breakouts in the film that
You know what?
enjoyed?
There's
Let's try to get some.
okay, so obviously there's Joaquin, right? Who's great in it. Lady Gaga's character is terrible.
Ugh.
So I can't judge her on that because she had nothing to work with. Right? Nothing to work with at all. So whatever.
It's at 64%, by the way. If
64.
That's what you said.
Donald Gleason's dad.
Brennan?
Brennan Gleason. He's always money.
Yeah.
He plays the security guard at the prison at Arkham.
He's a
in this.
treasure.
And actually, there's particularly one scene in particular that he has with Joaquin Phoenix. Him and Joaquin share a number of scenes together, and they have a pretty good chemistry together. And he again Brennan Gleeson is great. He's great in it. The guy who played Harvey Dent, not good.
Ooh.
I don't know who it was. I don't recognize the actor, but not a good performance. But again, I don't want to judge him too harshly because he didn't have great material to
Harry
work with.
Lottie is his name.
Sure. I didn't think it was very good.
Sure.
The other inmates, including Arthur's got this one kind of sycophant who's another prisoner in Arkham. Not very good at all. Again, though, didn't have anything to work with. So maybe the kid's a brilliant actor, just not anything good to work with. Girl from 40-Year-Old Virgin and Get Out.
Catherine Keener?
Catherine Keener?
Catherine Keener.
Yeah, Catherine Keener plays his lawyer.
Yeah.
Always gives a good performance.
Always love it.
Yeah.
Being John Malkovich, come on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, there's something to be said about the performances in the film.
And one more question.
Yeah.
Let's say you take the movie out and you take all the numbers out.
Yep.
Were the songs any good?
No. Well, I mean, let me rephrase. There's no original songs in it.
Oh,
Right.
there's none.
No, they're not original
They're
songs.
covers.
What
Oh.
the
Yes, the
world
jukebox
needs
musical.
now is love, sweet
Oh,
love.
okay.
Like, it's all covers, and that's fine. Moulin Rouge is all covers, but they're perfectly used in the places that they're used. Not so much this one.
How was Steve Coogan? Because I really like Steve Coogan.
Yeah.
Which
Pat-
one was
Pat-
Steve Coogan?
Patty
Mike
Myers? I think he was like a news, like an interviewer or something like
Oh, yes.
He's British.
Yes. One scene.
that. Okay.
That was it. It was one scene, and again, I wouldn't hold it against him because the material was bad. The material was bad.
So this was a money grab, you think? Did it end up looking like?
Well,
does it look-
remember, every movie ever made is
Oh,
a
right,
money
right,
grab,
right,
Yeah.
right? So is Joker 2 a money grab? Yes, but every movie is a money grab. This is a little bit more overtly a money grab.
Yeah, because you said that they didn't want.
Well,
it in a
No,
sequel.
yeah, the plan,
To me,
they
it's
were
a
never
cynic-
going to make a Joker
It's
2.
about the cynical approach. We only did it to cash in. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Not
Yeah.
because we thought we had something good.
I'm so disappointed in this
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
And I say this as somebody who more than most people passionately love that first Joker. I love. Actually, Ray, can you do me a favor?
Yeah,
Who
sure.
wrote the screenplay for the first Joker?
Okay, got you.
Because I wonder, I can't remember if Todd Phillips wrote the screenplay for the first one or not. But I know he was one of the two screenwriters for the second
Todd
one.
Phillips.
So he did write the
Scott
screenplay for the first
Silver
one.
and Bob Kane.
I mean, Bob Kane
Well-
didn't write the
Well,
screenplay.
yeah.
Right? But
He's a creator, yeah.
I don't know what happened. It's the opposite of Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power. How did they go from such a bad season 1 to such an amazing season 2? How did they make such a brilliant, thought-provoking, interesting first Joker and then squat down and crap out Joker 2 like this? I have no idea. Anyway, guys, listen, I want to remind everybody, all films are subjective. Just because I didn't like this movie, and I really didn't like this movie, that does not mean you might not like it. If you've been super interested in going to see Joker, don't get turned off because I didn't like it. Go see it if you're really interested in it, and I hope you enjoy it. If you do, drop me a note and let me know why. Because I just didn't see anything redeemable about this movie. Anyway, whatever you guys think about all this, jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.